Welcome to the No Limit Selling Podcast, where industry leaders share their advice on how you can become better, stronger, faster. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the No Limit Selling Podcast. It's been a while and I wanted to come back for one very important reason. James is a dropout, and I love that because you need to know where you're going. Are you going in the right direction? So James, tell us where you were when you made the decision that, this direction isn't for me. There's a better one. And of course you're Asian, so you got parents and they're like, oh my God, what are you doing? So welcome to the program. Tell us what happened.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. That was exactly it. My parents were Chinese parents and traditional
They
parents.
still are.
That's all. Yeah. They just want the best for us, and that's all they know.
Absolutely.
For us to finish school and all that stuff. But I wasn't happy because I wasn't living the life for me, and that's when I dropped out of Ryerson, and I just figured out this traditional way isn't for me. The end result would have been let's say, I'm not hating on it for sure, but 9-to-5 job and 2-week vacation.
It's perfect for some people and not for other people. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So as being a business owner or solopreneur or having a big company, employees, all that's not for everybody either.
Absolutely. So when did you get into real estate? How long after dropping out did you come in?
That's a tricky one. So I still didn't have it figured out in a way because I was just doing barbering. I started that. Yeah, because I was barbering since grade 10. That was 10 years ago. I'm 26 now. And
that's why I'm wearing a hat. I didn't want you to judge my hairdo.
No judgment here.
No, that's probably really good training because people take their hair seriously. I mean, just ask Samson, Delilah gave him a cut. It was really bad. And but that is such a great place to get trained for real estate because it's a very personal service that you do. People tend to reveal a lot to their hairdresser
they really
that they wouldn't to other folks. So tell me how the barbering.
They're the therapist.
Yeah, absolutely. You're near their head cutting. So how did that help you in real estate? Just having the ability to connect with people in that way.
Oh, so deep. Main thing is trust. And it's a lot of one-on-one time. Sometimes these people see me more than they see their parents. They tell me their darkest secrets, and that trust, they like, what they say about business is it doesn't matter who you know or who knows you, it matters who likes you. And that goes a far way.
So I'll tell you my favorite barber story. I was in San Francisco, actually Fremont, driving home. I needed a cut. So I just stopped in this one place I pass all the time. And there was a very drunk Mexican barber at about 10:30 in the morning. And they had these shoe shine stations as well, where just the locals was sitting there reading a paper, weren't getting their shoe shined, just hanging out. And as this guy's cutting my hair with the scissors, he's going, "Those gringos are always out to get you." And I'm seeing these scissors flash before my eyes. It's like, oh, please, Lord, don't take my eye out. No,
that's horrific.
Yeah, it worked out okay. But I think a lot of people think that you have to be, quote unquote, a professional to come into real estate. But some of the most successful realtors I've met were waitresses and waiters because it's that connection with the public. And especially in your profession of barber is because people have a vision in their head of what they want to see on the outside world. And people that are looking for a house have a vision of what they want. And sometimes they can't articulate it as well. And having a great realtor helping them really articulate, this is what you think you want, but this is what you really want, is probably saves a lot of time in finding them the best home for them.
Yeah. First, what I'm thinking right now in my mind is also if someone wanted to grow their hair out, it's okay, you can't just jump to the end goal. Sometimes you have to do step by step. The same with having your dream house. Sometimes you got to get your foot in the door first. You can't, as a first-time home buyer, you can't just get that perfect house from the get-go.
Absolutely. So when you started in real estate, did you join a team or a single agent and a broker? Like, what was that beginning like?
Yeah, like I am with EXP Realty right now. I didn't,
Excellent.
yeah, I didn't join a team.
Is that where you started, or did you start somewhere else?
That's where I started. Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So I've been there now. There's sometimes people, sometimes it's like this, it's not a, sometimes it's not this one size fits all. Everyone has their
Mhm.
own scenarios, and sometimes a team might be better, sometimes a team is not better. Definitely with I've been able to still get that benefits of a team without paying that team split, which is
Yeah, which
nice.
is huge. Yeah, which is nice and huge. And one of the things that EXP does really well is education on what you need to do.
Yeah, right on.
So tell me,
That's how I found you. You came for a EXP workshop at our office.
nice. And so, what did you think of the presentation?
That was phenomenal. I remember you had everyone stand up, and we went to go reach out as
Yeah,
far as we can, and then you told us to envision further and further to the point of almost like no imagination. And we went so much farther. You could
yeah,
probably
and
explain the exercise better than I just did. I kind of butchered it.
no, but it's a good setup. Basically, what that exercise shows is that we ask people to start twisting around until it gets uncomfortable and they want to stop there and see where you're pointing at. And then we take you through how to control your mindset in a different way. And you go much further. And the reason I love that exercise is very much because it shows that we self set our own limitations. That
Yeah,
there's no master out there saying, well, James can only do 10 transactions. That's it. It's like James gets to decide. And
yeah,
sometimes our mindset stops us from thinking bigger thoughts.
it's very true. That's very true. Like,
And
well, yeah, I stand for self improvement so much because everything is just inside here.
so how many transactions are you doing? Did you do last year?
Last year, to be honest with you, I just got my license like 4 or 5 months ago.
Nice. Bravo. So
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is your starting your journey and moving along. So any transactions yet?
yeah. Three this month. Thank you, thank you.
Bravo.
Yeah, and I want to say that too. I started investing as myself. I got a few properties myself in my own portfolio, so I do have my own skin in the game. Started about 2, 3 years ago for that.
Nice.
So yeah, glory to God.
Absolutely. And it's funny you say that, glory to God. And when God puts us on planet Earth, we are useless. Like we can't feed ourselves, we can't clean ourselves, we can't do anything, we can't even move our head up. But he
Yeah,
gives us this amazing gift, and the gift is that we have the ability to learn very, very quickly. We
yeah.
have the
That's
ability to
very true.
influence. Like we get these two giant that are with us called mom and dad, and they will take a bullet for us.
Yeah.
Even worse, they'll clean our dirty diapers. I mean, it's amazing. And so we have all this potential. And somewhere along the way, we lose that potential. So, where in your childhood did you have an experience that made you doubt yourself?
Ooh, I haven't thought about that in a while. Experience that made me doubt myself. I don't know. I'll probably have to get back to you in that one.
Yeah, because we all have that. And sometimes
Deep.
it's just the teacher saying, you'll never amount to anything, which you'd never imagine teachers saying that, but they actually
Yeah.
do. Or it could be failing at something difficult that no one expected you to do well. And we judge ourselves so harshly that I'm a loser, in which case that's not the case. When you were a
Yeah.
baby, it's all about feedback and improving and learning how to speak, how to think, how to walk, how to run. All of that never happened overnight. It's
Yeah.
just we fail, 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 but learn, learn, learn. And somehow we forget that in our journey. And that's why great leaders have learning as one of their biggest values is they're always learning new things to allow them to be better, stronger, faster.
Right. I do have a story. I don't know if it would answer your question. When I when I was like about to drop out of Ryerson, and I was calling my friends, close cousins, and all that stuff, and I asked them if this is a good idea because they've
Hmm.
been through school. They're older than me. I was like younger cousin to the family. Yeah, like yeah, exactly. And then all of them said like just finish school and have a plan B.
Mm,
And what I always tell people is that people focus too much on setting up their plan B, it becomes plan A. And that's no good.
right. So it's kind of takes bravery to one, it takes bravery to ask people for advice
Hmm.
because most people try and figure it out themselves. And then it's even braver to go, okay, I get the advice, I get the intentions, but I'm going to make this decision over here. So how much
Yeah,
further ahead do you think you are now versus what you would have been if you got your degree?
way further, way further,
Way further, right? Yeah.
way further. That also goes to like my just curiosity of learning and trying to continuously learn. And I also feel like people either like they just stop learning after school.
Absolutely. So, okay, let's get down to brass tacks. The number one most important skill in real estate is pop quiz prospecting,
Mm,
getting people to say, I trust you, I want to move forward. So, what are 5 pieces of advice that you would give listeners that you do to get more conversations, to get more clients?
okay. This is from Ryan Serhan's book. He's saying to make 3 friends, 3 new friends every day, but naturally from what you like doing. And I love fitness, I love the gym,
Mhm.
and I can easily make friends at the gym. So whatever
Nice.
that's for soccer for you or music industry, anything. But it's those genuine, real connection of friendship. You're not just like a salesy. Like you're actually making proper relationships.
Interested in them. Absolutely. Hold that there before you go to number 2. Did you ever read Tim Ferriss, The 4 Hour Work Week?
I think I got back like half of it. I think it was a big book.
It's a big book and worth reading, but there was this one thing that he does that is really cool. He's into, I think, Taekwondo is
Mm,
his art form. So whenever he travels to a new country, a new city, he finds a dojo and goes there and starts working out. And he says, instantly, I get community. I go into Buenos Aires. I have
yeah,
no friends there. I go to a dojo and we're sharing techniques, and all of a sudden I've got 30 friends.
yeah,
And so, yeah, so not only make friends, but if you like working out when you go to a new city, a new country, you get local connections immediately.
yeah,
So
100%.
number 2 advice on how to get more prospecting done, to how to get more clients. What's advice number 2?
Social media, social media, having presence online, but also just filming your day-to-day activities. People can keep up with your life and know they like when I meet my clients now, they already know who I am before I even introduce myself. And
Mm,
people meet me and they say, "Oh, you're realtor James Han or you're Barbara Han," and they know my whole life already because they've been following my stories, my posts, and all that stuff. And
love it.
it's personal and it's personal. And they could and like if I'm just posting stories every day of my day to day activities, they know that you're on the ball and you're working.
Love that. What's advice number 3?
Advice number 3. You're just trying to make me spit some quick game over here. You got me on the ball. Advice number 3 for prospecting.
Yeah.
For prospecting,
So let me give
just
one.
picking up that phone.
Pick up that phone. Absolutely. And so, just to add to that, when you go to pick up the phone, what you need to do is say, I am going to add value to the person I'm calling today, right now. This is
Yes.
not about me. This is about them. And
Yep.
it could be picking up the phone and calling a customer you already have and saying, hey, Jane, just calling to make sure you guys are doing okay. How the kids doing? Is there anything that I can do for you? And that is a way to build a long lasting relationship and clients for life
Yep.
rather than, hey, do you have any people you can refer me to, is a me focused thing.
Yep.
And if you go, I'm going to be of service. And if
Yeah.
you're not already doing this, James, I want you to have a list of service providers that you trust implicitly.
Yeah.
And you want to be the first freaking phone call. We had a break in. James, what do we do? We got
Yeah.
a leak. James, who do we trust?
Right.
And that is such a great way to add value and also be that center of influence.
Yeah. 100%.
So, so I'll give number 4 to kind of give you a chance to rest and think of number 5.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So number four prospecting tip is this, is that if you're in this business, there's people better than you that do this. And
Yep.
it's your job to go there and just listen to them when they make their calls. And once they've made a call, chat with them about it. Hey, I noticed on that call, your client was saying this and you said this. What made you say this? They're going to go, oh, I didn't even realize I did that, but I guess this is why I say it. Or they'll tell you, oh, the reason I said this was. So learn from people that are better than you. And I guarantee 100%, probably 95% of people that are great at what they do, that are better than you, they might be, 2 years ahead of you in that skill, that they want to share that.
Yeah.
People want to help. I'll give you a good example. I used to run a consulting firm and we would do package design for software companies. We did soup to nuts, launching them in the US market. So to do focus groups, it's expensive, time consuming, takes a long time. We'd go to this store called Fry's Electronics. It was 100,000 square feet of electronics. So everybody going there is a potential customer for us. We just go there and say, can you help me for a moment? And that phrase, everybody stops. Sure. How can I help?
Yeah.
Here's two packages here. Which one do you like best? This one. Why do you like it better? And they'd give you instant feedback why they like this one better. And so we'd have 20 conversations, go back to the design lab, redesign the package, whichever one was ours, with that feedback, come back, do it 3 times, and we'd get it. People want to help.
Mm-hmm.
If you say, can I ask you something on that same exercise? No, I'm busy. I don't want to help you. No, you can't ask me anything. But if you use that magic phrase, can I help? Because people want to. So that was number 4. Sit at the feet of the masters and they will reveal their secrets. What's number 5? Let's bring this home.
Bring this home. Definitely is that value is it goes so deep of providing value is to be able to educate your clients to how they can be an investor themselves and get that financial freedom through real estate as I did, or a lot of people that done in real estate. And I say all the time is, oh, my network is your network. So you look frozen over here.
Oh, absolutely. So I'll give a bonus one here. It's so basically, if you want to get really, really great at prospecting, record your calls. And listen to how you sound and how they sound. Because a lot of people have recorded their voice and they kind of hearing, oh my God, do I sound like that? But when you're making a call, you can pick up, well, I was stressing over here, not stressing there. So I was working with a client and I said, do me a favor, do a call right now. And I just got my iPhone out and I put it in record mode. I recorded the conversation with the client. And I said, great. Now do me a favor, call your best friend and invite him out to the movies this weekend. So he makes that call. Then I said, okay, listen to the call with the client. And his voice was tight and breathing was very shallow. And then when he's talking to his buddy, hey, James, how's it going, man? And it was just like so relaxed and so casual. And when he heard the two, he was, oh my God, I had no idea. So record a call with one of your friends and notice how warm your voice is. That's the voice you need when you're calling people, especially strangers, because they're going to go, do I know you? And they'll want to connect with you.
It's true.
So James, thank you so much for being on the podcast with me today. And let's stay in touch because you're starting out on your journey. You already got 3 transactions this year. What's the number you want to hit by the end of the year?
The number I want to hit by the year. 50 transaction.
Okay. What's the transactions you have to get that'll put you in the top 80% of realtors?
I actually don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know either, but I suspect it's going to be somewhere like 10 or 12.
10 or 12
transactions a year would be might be in the top like 70% of like the top 30% of performers. And then from there, it goes up very radically.
Okay.
So if you hit that 50, you're a freaking rock star. If you hit 20, that's what you shoot for. 20 this year, you can do it. Prospecting, adding value,
Yeah.
being of service. Do those 3 things. And I said it 3 times each. And that's the pathway to success. And always be learning. And I learned a lot today, James. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
If you enjoyed this episode, please go to iTunes and leave a 5-star rating. And if you're looking for more tools, go to my website at nolimitselling.com. I've got a free mind training course there that's going to teach you some insights from the world of neuro-linguistic programming, and that is the fastest way to get better results.